Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for Android App Arena is provided by CacheFly at CACHEFLY.com.
This is Android App Arena, episode 94 for Wednesday, April 20th, 2016. Custom emoji and emoticons. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Android App Arena. I'm your host, Jason Howell. Sometimes text just isn't enough. I've come to realize that my sideways smiley face in the form of a colon followed by a parentheses is the textual equivalent to a dad joke. It's archaic, it's outdated, especially when compared to the world of emoji. Emoji is colorful, it's graphical, maybe a tad bit easier to convey the subtleties of emotion. But there's standard emoji, and then what I'll be featuring today, custom emoji, as well as custom emoticons. Threw that one in there for good measure. Ways that you can create your own emotional characters to spruce up your communication in sprightly ways. So let's take a look at 3 apps that do this in today's roundup. Why on earth should one be limited to the world of pre-existing emoji? How about a way to create your own unique emoji, kind of your own digital avatar ruling the land of emoji? That's what Bitmoji is all about. You're going to kick things off by creating your unique avatar. Choose male or female, first and foremost, of course, then a few different styles to choose from, the kind of art styles here. I'm going to go with Bitmoji style. And from there, you're given a face model to kind of spruce up and customize to your heart's content. You have all the controls that you'll need as you skip through. Face shape, skin color, hairstyle, eyes, nose, mouth, if you have facial hair or not, other assorted details throughout. Lots of customization so you can feel completely represented in your custom emoji. Now you go ahead and save that out and you'll move on to picking out a nice outfit. There's also some kind of branded options here, things like Batman versus Superman, for example, or these snazzy Steve Madden duds. Now next, if you want the Bitmoji keyboard to be available for instant recall while you're typing stuff out to someone with your keyboard, just enable that here in the settings. And then when you're typing with your normal keyboard, just look for the Android keyboard toggle switch to swap between keyboards on the fly. That'll pull up the Bitmoji keyboard for you. Bitmoji also supports many chat platforms natively, so you'll just automatically find them in there. Now just bask in the glory that is a number of unique emojis starring, well, the digital equivalent of you, of which there are a ton, as you can see. One for every emotion. That's what it's all about. Bitmoji is free in the Play Store. How about an emoji app that's community driven? An app where you're going to find a number of kind of the expected options, but also a bunch of stuff that was literally created by other people like you. The app is called Imoji. And the very first screen is, yes, filled with the different categories of emotions, reactions, special events like birthdays, and on and on. Each is filled with tons of user-submitted emoji and stickers that kind of cover the bases. You can also check out what's trending to find more current, timely options, including, yes, branded options there and there. But the real fun of Imoji is creating your own, of course. I'll go ahead and tap the plus to get started. And I'm given this interface to kind of frame a picture of myself inside. I can also search for an image or even pick from my own gallery, but let's go ahead and shoot my selfie here as an example. I'm going to go ahead and leave some extra room around my face, being sure not to go in too close up on this. Now, the next screen is where I'll cut out the extra stuff. Here, I'm tracing around my face, my ears, and my chin to make sure that it's totally custom and, well, I guess form-fitting. Trim loosely, and any islands can then be easily removed with this scissor tool. And once you like what you got, you'll just go forward and you'll add a tag or two. You'll also see a nice stickery white border has been outlined on your face. That kind of cleans up all of that trimming work that you did. Post it, and now it's ready for you to scare your friends with. And Imoji already works with all of the popular messaging clients as well, so you can look for it there. Imoji is free in the Play Store and a whole lot of fun. Check it out. Emoticons are like the spirit animal of the emoji. Before it was common to pick out a fancy yellow face sporting a frown, it was a bit more commonplace for true nerds to type out a Unicode expression that illustrated, albeit crudely, a particular feeling or a scene. And if, at your core, you still want to express yourself old school, then you may want to install Look of Disapproval. This app acts as a one-stop shop for the full menu of complex Unicode emoticons that the internet hive mind has created over the past many years. I always found the most complicated part to be knowing how to piece these things together, but with Look of Disapproval, it's as easy as picking it out from the seemingly never-ending menu of emoticons. You just tap the one that you want, so then it's copied to your clipboard, and then you paste that into your own wall of text, showing the world how elite you really are. There's even an entire section dedicated to emoticons for flipping tables. Nice. Any emoticons you particularly love can be added to the custom section for easy recall, so you don't have to go into those wide menus to find it. You just tap and hold on your favorite, and then you'll see a little context menu. You select Add to Custom. And if you're so incredibly skilled that you made up your own, that floating action button down there will allow you to add your custom inclusion to the app. Find Look of Disapproval for free in the Play Store with a way to donate to the developer inside the app. If what you need is more emotion in your messaging, you now have 3 new solid ways to infuse your own personal take and possibly even frighten your friends in the process. At least that's kind of how it seems to be working for me these days. Now up next, a modern classic gets a franchise rebranding, and it's done, I think, pretty darn well. It's this week's big app. Who doesn't love Crossy Road? It's one of those mobile games that I always turn to it in times of sheer boredom, and it's always challenging enough to keep my interest, thankfully. And apparently, it's a formula that's hard to ignore. Disney teamed up with Hipster Whale, the creators of the original Crossy Road, to create a new version of the classic called, well, you guessed it, Disney Crossy Road. And it's different enough to warrant a closer look. The obvious changes here are that you've got your Disney characters from all over the place, all throughout, from Wreck-It Ralph to Rapunzel to Mickey Mouse. The character roster is deep. We're talking more than 100 of them in this app, and those are unlocked as you progress and kind of pick up coins throughout the game. And the gameplay environment is varied as well to match different Disney scenes, albeit still very familiar. There's still the endless stream of cars, trains, and logs across which you must jump forward. And of course, you're always trying to avoid all of those obstacles at all costs. Each environment poses different new challenges to avoid as well as maneuver. And there are a number of special power-ups throughout and different coin options to be found. It seems a little bit easier, in my experience, to travel further down the line inside Disney Crossy Road than it was in the original. So maybe it's a little bit easier to play, but all the fun of the original is still fully intact. Disney fans will enjoy Disney Crossy Road for free in the Play Store. Oh, and by the way, I'm guessing if it has Disney, those kids are probably going to love it. I can only speak from my own experience, but my girl was thrilled to see Crossy Road filled suddenly with Rapunzel stuff. It just means I'll have that much harder time getting my tablet back from her. Send me your favorite apps and categories to arena@twit.tv, or you can post those to the subreddit. That's androidapparena.reddit.com. The show plays live every Wednesday around 5 p.m. Pacific following Tech News Today. That's at twit.tv/live, and new episodes always appear later in the evening in the feeds and on the show page at twit.tv/arena. All right, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jason Howell, and I will see you next week, I promise, in the arena.